Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be about different types of supplements that you can take to relieve your anxiety. Now I have used these on myself, tested these on myself, so I have been the guinea pig for this experiment. So hopefully this will help you. Now as always, before you take any kind of supplement, it is recommended that you check with your physician. So to make sure there's not going to be any interactions with what you're currently taking. So please do that before you try any kind of supplements whatsoever. With that being said, without further ado, let's get started. Now the first supplement that I did try for anxiety, and I do have an anxiety disorder, so I wanted so bad to have a natural remedy. I didn't want to be on any kind of Lexapro or any other type of antidepressant medications or anti-anxiety medications. I wanted to try to do this naturally. I didn't want to be on Valium or anything like that. So the first thing that, if you go to a holistic doctor for anxiety, the first thing they're going to want you to take is something called kava kava. Kava kava, I believe, is from a root. And of course this camera is not going to focus on this, but this is kind of what it looks like here in the bottle. This is the natural brand of kava kava. It has a sweet, spicy, more like a spicy smell to it. It's a yellow in color, and you can get these in the little capsules like this. So the reason why they doctors prescribe this supplement first off is because it actually it's supposed to have an effect like Valium. So I was like, well, that's perfect for me. You know, I could just pop one of these babies, and if I had to get in a car with somebody who was not the best driver, you know, somebody that maybe freaks me out when they drive, or maybe I'm afraid there's going to be a lot of turbulence on the airplane, or I'm just going to have like a really stressful day, I could take one of these and just be calm. And I was like, this is great, let me try it. So I got the kava kava. I had actually ordered online. They actually carry a lot of these supplements at Walmart and other places like Walgreens or any other drugstore chain. You can get them at like CVS, places like that. But I actually could not find the kava kava anywhere. I had to actually order it online from a place called drugstore.com. They carry a lot of natural supplements and vitamins and things like that. So you might want to check that out if you're looking for the kava kava and you want to try it. But if you've never tried kava kava or any other of these supplements, this is what I recommend. This is what I did for myself. You know, obviously, like I said before, check with your doctor before you try any kind of supplements whatsoever. A lot of natural supplements like St. John's wort, for instance, is supposed to be good for anxiety. I don't take it personally. I've never taken St. John's wort because it actually can counteract with a lot of different medications. So be very careful with St. John's wort if you do happen to take that or start taking that for whatever reason. But it's very important to check with your doctor first. Make sure that your prescriptions don't counteract in these supplements in any way. Always start slowly. Just don't start taking something just right out the gate, okay? It's very important to introduce the substance to your system gradually. What I do is I pop open one of like the kava kava capsules, and I get some hot water, some in the microwave, in like a coffee mug, and I'll just put like half of a capsule in, stir it up, and take a couple of sips. The reason that I do that is I want to make sure I'm not going to have any kind of adverse reaction. Like, I don't know if I'm allergic to any of these type of things. And like I said, you have to be very careful about what you put into your body. So the best thing to always do is introduce it to your system gradually, because you don't know how your system's going to react to it. So just make some tea out of it. Sip it a couple of times, wait about 15 to 20 minutes, see how you feel. If you feel fine, then go ahead and drink the rest of the tea. See if it gives you any kind of relaxation effect. It may work for you. Now personally, kava kava did absolutely nothing for me. It did not even make me tired. So I was really disappointed in that. It was supposed to be the Valium of the natural supplemental world, and it didn't work for me. So I was very disappointed in that. But it may work for you. Different things work for different people. So definitely don't pass it up if you have anxiety. Definitely give it a try. Now the next thing a holistic doctor may have you try for anxiety is something called valerian root. Valerian root root is supposed to be a natural relaxant, just like kava kava is. It is brown in color. I don't know if you can see that. This camera is really horrible about focusing on small things. I apologize. I don't know if you can see that. You can get it in the capsule form just like that. Here's what the bottle looks like. This is Nature's Bounty name brand product. Now, I did take this for 2 weeks straight. I took 1 to 2 of these capsules every single day. And here's my experience with valerian root. It did make me a little tired the first couple of days that I took it. I slept pretty good taking the valerian root. However, I had a really bad side effect with the valerian root. After taking it for about 2 weeks, I started to get really, really paranoid. So I felt like everybody was like kind of coming after me. And I remember specifically when I was at work, having such a rapid case of anxiety. My heart was just racing. I began to sweat. So I got up and went into the bathroom and just kind of stood in the mirror and looked at myself. And I was like, why am I feeling this way? So the next thing that they would recommend that you take is 5-HTP, HTP, or just 5-HTP. It's referred to all kinds of different ways. You can take this up to 1 to 2 times a day. This is the Nature's Bounty brand. And what this does is it works with your serotonin levels to keep them at a place that promotes well-being. This worked for me. And it doesn't work all the time. So I can't take it just every day and just feel happy like every day if I'm having some anxiety. Like it literally wipes out my anxiety like completely, and I just feel so happy. I'm so overjoyed. I'm just happy to be alive in general. It's just that feeling that everyone wants to feel all the time. Like you don't want to feel sad. You don't want to be depressed. You don't want to be like, oh my God, where am I going in my life? 5-HTP really helped me. And whenever I know I'm going to have a stressful day, now I take it, but here's what you have to remember. 5-HTP is actually broken down in the liver, processed through the liver. So you have to give it at least 4 hours to actually get into your system. So if you're going to go somewhere later in the day, it's best to take it probably with your breakfast. You don't want to wait too long to take it. You want to go ahead and get it in your system, because it will take you can't take it 30, you can't take it and then wait and expect it to work 20 or 30 minutes later. It's not going to happen. Even on an empty stomach, it doesn't happen, because it has to get processed through your liver. Now, from my experience I take HTP not every day, because it doesn't work every day for me. I don't know why it works some days and some days it doesn't work. I really haven't figured that out yet, but I can take it like a couple of times a week or once a week, and I know that it's going to work, and I know I'm going to have those feelings of calmness and relaxation. Now, it does last in your system about 4 hours, so it takes about 4 hours to break down, and it lasts about 4 to 5 hours. So you'll just be so happy for 4 to 5 hours. Now, I'm not advocating that you base your happiness or you base your life on 5-HTP. But again, if you're going to have a stressful, like if you're going to take if you're in school, okay, I'm in college as well. I'm going to school for holistic nutrition and health. So if you're going to have a really big exam, semester exam or final exam or whatever, and you're going to have it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you eat around 9 or 10 o'clock, it's going to be in your system by the time you have to take that exam, and you're going to be so calm. Now again, don't mark my words on this, but it does not work every single time. So it's not something it's absolutely guaranteed to work. And again, I don't know why that is. I don't know if it depends on what you've eaten that day. I do find that if you eat it with a plant-based meal, it seems to work better versus if you take it and you're eating carbohydrates or starches. If you're eating like a salad and you take it, it seems from my personal experience, it does seem to work better with plant-based foods. So you might want to try that. So if you take it a couple of times and it works and it relieves your anxiety, you might want to try taking it with plant-based meals only and see how that works versus take it with some oatmeal in the morning and see if it works. It might work for you. I just know for me, plant-based foods, it just processes better with. The next thing that they're probably going to recommend for you is niacin. You could be low on vitamin B3, which is what niacin is. So you can actually take a B3 supplement. Now, of course, again, check to make sure B3 is not going to interact with any of your other medications. Check with your doctor. I am no means a doctor, so don't take my advice as doctorly advice. It's just me sharing my personal experiences with you is what this is. And always take niacin with food. Never take niacin on an empty stomach. There's two reasons for this. The first is that it can actually make you sick. Now, I've actually taken niacin on an empty stomach and have gotten very nauseous. So don't take niacin on an empty stomach. Always take it with a meal. The second thing is that niacin, there's different brands of niacin. They have flush-free niacin and they have flush niacin. So basically what the flush is, and you can actually Google this or YouTube this, and you can watch videos about what the niacin flush actually is. But it's where when you take niacin is actually absorbed pretty rapidly into the system. So they have flush-free niacin and then the flush niacin. And so what happens is it's absorbed when you take the niacin, it's absorbed so quickly that it just rushes out through your system. So what you have to do is you have to take it with food to kind of slow it down, or you get the flush-free niacin. So what the flush is, and like I said, you can Google this or YouTube this, and you can actually see videos of people having a niacin flush. What it is, it's where the blood basically rushes to the top of your skin, and it makes you a reddish color, or an orangey reddish color. So for some people, it gives them feelings of anxiety, which is actually what a lot of people are trying to combat. So it's really good to kind of get, if you have anxiety, to get the flush-free niacin. Most flush-free niacin is what they sell at Walgreens or in Walmart stores like that. Get the flush-free niacin, take it with your breakfast, take it with your dinner, see if it makes you feel any better. It does help with your mood and your feelings of well-being. See if it helps you out with your anxiety disorder. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be about different types of supplements that you can take to relieve your anxiety. Now, I have used these on myself, tested these on myself, so I have been the guinea pig for this experiment. So hopefully this will help you. Now, as always, before you take any kind of supplement, it is recommended that you check with your physician, so to make sure there's not going to be any interactions with what you're currently taking. So please do that before you try any kind of supplements whatsoever. With that being said, without further ado, let's get started. Now, the first supplement that I did try for anxiety, and I do have an anxiety disorder, so I wanted so bad to have a natural remedy. I didn't want to be on any kind of Lexapro or any other type of antidepressant medications or anti-anxiety medications. I wanted to try to do this naturally. I didn't want to be on Valium or anything like that. So the first thing that, if you go to a holistic doctor for anxiety, the first thing they're going to want you to take